Hi guys, I'm Promise, and it's story time, bitches. So, oh my god, guys, you will not believe the shit that I just went through. It's actually part of the reason why I haven't been posting videos. So, social media. Social media shouldn't be like a huge part of relationships. It's not. It's really not. You know, if you're with someone, you know, obviously you should post a picture of them up. Depending on how long I've been together. So everybody who has me on social media knows I'm in a relationship. Kind of like a given. Like, you go on my Facebook page, it's obvious to tell. You go on my Instagram, you know, you can tell these things. So I hate when people hit me up thinking like it's obvious I'm in a relationship. So if you think you're gonna be like my side dude or just someone that I'm gonna cheat with, that's not happening. Because I'm in a serious relationship. I plan on like spending my life with this person, so I'm not gonna fuck up like that. So this dude hits me. He's like, "Hey, beautiful. You know, I'm not like 100% bitch. Like, I'm not gonna like right away block you for trying to give me a compliment," which is what I should have done. So he hits me up and I ignore him. Because, you know, if I hit you up that way, it's not really... I'm obviously not trying to start a friendly conversation with you. I'm trying to start a conversation to start some shit. I'm trying to start some shit with you. So, he hits me up. I ignore him. You know, I should have just blocked him. Hey, beautiful, block. Bitch, what? Future references, hit me up that way. I'm blocking you. Because I already learned from this psychopath. So he hits me up. He continues to hit me up after this. I continue to ignore him. He's like, "Oh, you can't say hi back." I'm like, "Nah, you're a catfish." Because his profile looked like a catfish profile. If you don't got more than 20 pictures, you a catfish. I don't give a damn. So, I'm like, "Nah, you're a catfish. It's obvious I'm in a relationship. There's no reason for me to talk to you. There's literally like zero reason for me to talk to this guy." So he's like, "Oh, I'm not a catfish. Catfish this." And he sends me a picture of his private part. This is like one of the ugliest penises I have ever seen in my life. I swear to God. So I block him up. I block him and I show my boyfriend. I'm like, "Babe, look." Because, you know, I don't want nothing coming down the road that he's like, "See some shit. Why didn't you tell me? Now we got problems." Nah. Covering all bases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Home. Okay. Good. So I start getting text messages after I blocked this kid on Messenger. I start getting these weird text messages, you know, just all types of awkward. So I'm like, "Who's this?" And they're like, "Oh, you got me on Facebook." I'm like, my number isn't with my Facebook. It's not public. I don't put my number up anywhere for anybody to get it. If you want my number, you have to ask me personally. I would have to know that you have my number. So I don't know how he got my number. So he's texting me all this crazy shit, talking shit about my boyfriend, telling me about my relationship. This guy that I don't know is telling me about my relationship. Someone who's never met me and seen me hang out with my boyfriend, seen us in person, telling me about my relationship. Oh my God, really? You know so much more about my relationship than I do, even though I'm part of it? What? That's crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy. So he's sitting there telling me about like how my boyfriend treats me and all this other shit, and just like coming from left field with like all this stuff that isn't true. And it's just crazy because I'm like, "Listen, dude, go away. Like, fuck off." And he's like, "Well, if you don't talk to me, then I'm gonna hit your family up and I'm gonna tell them this bullshit." I'm like, "I don't care. The only person you're gonna..." So, alright, so rewind. He sends me, once I tell him that I didn't want to talk to him, or like when I started ignoring him, he sends me a picture of my older sister's Facebook profile. So I'm like, now this shit just got extra weird. So she's like, I hit her up, I let her know what's going on. So he hits my sister up after, like, I block his phone number, I block his Facebook. He hits my sister up and tells her, you know, more about my relationship than I possibly ever could. Because, you know, it's just amazing how much this guy thinks he knows about my relationship. So I'm just like, So the shit that he's saying is that like my boyfriend's abusive and all this other stuff. Like, I've been around enough people in enough abusive relationships to know if I was in an abusive relationship, and that I am very far from. We have a great relationship. He's not abusive at all. Like, he is literally one of the best people I've ever been with. So this guy is sitting there telling my sister all this crazy shit, and she's never met my boyfriend because my older sister, she was in a different state. So she has yet to meet him. It's been 2 years me and him been together, so she doesn't know him yet. And she like has recently, she had a short conversation with him on the phone. Like, after this whole situation, she talks to him on the phone and she's like, wow, he sounds really normal. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm like, exactly, there's nothing to talk about. So after hearing, you know, this psycho, this person that like my whole family goes into like this frenzy, this like crazy, like oh my god, promise, why did you tell me? And I'm like, so my whole family hears what this crazy guy has to say, and they're like, oh my god, promise, are you okay? Oh my god, why did you tell me? And I'm like, oh my god, why did I tell you what? And they're like, you know, there's something's happening. Like, why didn't you tell me that this guy is abusing me? I'm like, because he's not abusing me. Like, oh, I'm super clumsy. Like, I walk into shit all the time. So, like, my mom has literally seen me walk into wall. Like, not, you know, face first walk into walls, but I'm walking and shoulder to the wall. Or, like, walk and, like, knee the table. I don't know why. Like this coordinator I had one time when I was in school, I was pulling open a door to walk through it, and like the doors were closed on me, and he's like, the door's not that heavy. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I have spacing problems.
The kids are here.
Yeah, the kids are here.
Where are they?
You're interrupting my video. They went with Ma. So bottom line, I kind of abuse myself. So my family sees these marks that they know I've been clumsy like my whole life. I'm still waiting for the day that I stop tripping over my own feet. Like, I still choke on water. I'm 21. How does that happen? So they're like, oh my god, why didn't you tell me that he's abusing you? And I'm like, because he's not abusing me. Like, I'm abusing me. I don't know how this happens. I'm like the most ungraceful walker in the world. So it kind of turned into like this whole thing, and then I showed my family the conversation with this guy hitting me up, and it like dies down somewhat, because, you know, my mom still has like her questions. She's still doing like a little investigation bullshit, you know, spreading it, making it a little bit more embarrassing. So, you know, just be careful who you add on social media and who you have in the background, who you let in your house while you're recording. Just be careful. But anyway, like, share, follow.